good to go. Now, some of you might know this already, but I don't think everybody does, because I can already see the question marks popping up. I can already see your minds working. You're like, what's it like when this gravy train gets rolling? What's it like when this love machine gets it moving? I'm here to tell you, it is shameful and expensive. But prostitutes aren't the people you pay for sex, they're the people you pay to leave afterwards. My goodness. So, in order of Christmas time coming up, I think my dad was kind of a sadistic gift giver. Like, he wanted you to smile and be happy, but you had to cry first before you got that far. And I have 3 examples. The first example is my sister, one year for Christmas, all she wanted was a television. She wanted a television for her room, that's all she wanted. And in my family, we kind of have a rule that when you unwrap something, the box is not what it is. So you have to open it every time. So of course, my dad gets a 60-inch TV box screen and tells her it's her final present. This is your giant Christmas present. And she opens it, and inside, instead of a television, are tinier little packages. And there's not gifts in them, there's notes. Keep going, further, deeper. Get to the bottom of the box. And she starts to sob and cry the deeper she gets into this box. Because she's like, did he give me one of those like camping TVs that's like this big? And the bottom of the box are cinder blocks. There's no gift in the box. He let her go through all of that, and there's nothing in there. And after she turns around and starts to have a mental breakdown, he hands her an envelope with her driving instructing, fully paid and up front. And she goes from sobbing to wailing with happiness. And I'm like, what kind of sociopath are you? Example number 2 is the scavenger hunt that we had to do at Christmas time to find our big gift together. Now here's the thing. It's December. It's cold. I'm a chubby little 8th grader with little sausage legs and asthma. And part of this was to go outside and run through 3 neighbors' yards before we got to an empty circle where a pool used to be. Like, you bought us the pool that the neighbor tore down. We already swam in their pool. We didn't even have to ask them to go swim in their pool. You just moved the pool 30 yards. And we started to cry. And finally, my own personal story. When the Nintendo 64 came out, it was the most important thing in the world to guys my age. You could not have it. Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Racing, all these things were important. GoldenEye. You had to have it. My birthday's Christmas Eve. A week or 2 in advance, my family comes to me and says, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. It's too expensive. We can't afford it. And they know I go on a quest to gather every dollar from every family member who owed me a gift that Christmas so that I could hand them the money. And I give them like, I don't know how much it was. I gave them over $100. And this sadistic piece of shit comes to me at midnight on Christmas Eve when Santa's supposed to be there, comes into my room while I'm already tucked into bed, leans down and quietly and softly breaks my heart like the end of Titanic. And it's just like, I'm sorry, we couldn't afford it. Here's your money back. Like, we just couldn't do it. He left the room and I was sobbing like loudly. It wasn't just like, it was like, why? It was all that I wanted and you didn't give it to me. Like, why are you doing this? That son of a bitch waited 12 hours. 12 hours and 16 presents, including opening a stocking for that moment. And I swear to God, it was like the most happy look on his face because when it wasn't in the collection of presents around the tree. He had to go somewhere else, open a door, pour it out, or pull it out last, and then put it in front of me. And by that point, like, it's over for me. I'm already done. I'm just like, this is bullshit. Y'all can't shop for shit. Fuck Santa Claus. Like, this whole thing is rigged, and I hate it all. And then you slide open that box, and it's like sweet bliss. It's like God himself shined a light down on you when you get the present you want. I don't know what your presents were. Mine was an N64. I'm sure Nick Tides was probably a bottle of gin somewhere. Tate's was probably a fleshlight. I'm not sure what these people are. But, how many ladies do I have in the house here tonight? Make a little bit of noise, ladies. Just the ladies. Ladies, I gotta tell you, it's wintertime now, and it's okay if you're not already shacked up to get yourself a big guy. I promise you we're gonna keep you warm. And think about it, in the wintertime, how important that is to you. How many times have you gone home and said, I'm cold. I'm a living heat lamp. And not only that, it's wintertime, man. And Christmas is coming. You got a lot of stuff to buy. It's okay to shop at the discount store for your man in the wintertime. And I can tell you from personal experience, we're going to be grateful. You know what, while I'm on the subject of being a big guy, I think it's a great time to be a big guy. Like, when the economy went to shit a little while ago, restaurants started making everything cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Now I can just pull up to a McDonald's and order a coronary off the menu. Just be like, I need 10 cheeseburgers, 5 fish sandwiches, and 5 McChickens. I'm making a McMasterpiece gangbang, and I need extra sauce. Fat guys, ladies, are the luxury cars of sex. Don't worry, baby birds, I'm going to feed you. Because you see, if you get yourself a guy that goes to the gym, that's like riding in a sports car, okay? You're taking turns real fast, your adrenaline's pumping, you gotta spend way too much time working the stick. You get yourself a bad boy, that's like driving a motorcycle. You can go, you're free and clear to do whatever you want, but when something goes wrong, it's gonna go really wrong, and someone's gonna leave with a rash. But a big guy, oh baby, please, let me pull this down for this. Oh. Get yourself a big guy. That's like riding an Escalade, man. That's like driving you a town car. I got features other guys don't have. I got heated seats. I got extra big shock absorbers. Shit, if I slap the belly in the middle of it, we got cruise control. And it's not just for pleasure, it's for safety too. I have a big seatbelt. I'm serious, man. Put a leg on each shoulder and you slide it through the middle. And now I don't even gotta touch it. I don't even gotta touch it. Real rhythm, by the way. I can't get winded until the game's over. Oh my goodness. So a while back, Donald Trump talked about making a space force, and I'm awaiting the day. It's important to me. Because, like, could you even imagine every Star Wars, Star Trek, sci-fi, like, every person in those genres or that loves those genres now has a brand new job class? Because there's not going to be, like, military training, like running and jumping over walls for space stuff. No. It's going to be a bunch of nerds with drones. But not me. No, I'm your Top Gun. I'm your Maverick. I'm your Ace. I want my own spaceship, and I want it to be shaped like a giant dick. The cockpit's going to be in the balls. That's where I'm going to be. And lasers? No. Missiles? Not for me. I want a big adhesive liquid with explosives in it that I fire at other ships. And right before it lands, right before impact over the intercom, all they can hear is, miracle! Because I like to come in style. So, let's see here. Jake Davis in the house tonight? You still might raise your hand, Jake. Jake Davis taught me that there is a huge difference between being an accomplished binge drinker and a professional adult. I thought I had talent because if somebody said, chug that, I could put anything down. Jake Davis taught me in a hotel bar 4 hours from my house that real drinking means ending your sentences with beers for periods. Now that means that everything you've heard so far, beer, and everything I'm about to say, beer, leads you to a place, beer, where you can't think or talk anymore. And Jake can still go on for 5 more rounds. I literally had to leave because I feared for my life. He didn't make me, the bartender didn't seem to care, but I was just like, me and gravity aren't friends on a normal day. And it's going to take just one of those little parking lot dividers for me to get like an asphalt tattoo. This is a little bit about wrestling, and my name, The Weight of the World, came it came to me kind of just out of nowhere. Heard it in a song, I saw it on a TV show, I read it somewhere, and it all just kind of came together. But the move, The Weight of the World, came because apparently fat guys have chafing problems worse than everybody else, even if you're wearing spandex. I bought a new singlet, thought I was going to look great. I was like, I got colors, I got designs, this is going to be amazing. And then right in the middle of a match, the fat, sweat, cholesterol, gravy, whatever the hell was rolling through me that day, molds all into one, and I just start like losing my shit. I'm not thinking about them, I'm thinking about trying not to kill him. Well, trying to kill him, but trying not to kill him. Because one false move for me, and that's the game. That's kneecaps, that's ankles. I don't get to make mistakes like that. There are bodies on the line. So I start to pull that one down, and a nice audience like yourselves starts to lose their shit. And I'm just like, this is the first time in my life me stripping has become a positive thing. How far can I take this? So I grab that other strap and I move it, and they're like, and they're like, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Here comes the kicker that I didn't know. You pull the straps down, yeah, you expose the belly. I think that's the strong piece. But it actually turns out it's the backside. Because over the years, I've found out that apparently my ass crack is a celebrity all of its own. And speaking of which, I got into an argument with a buddy of mine's girlfriend. Because she saw a picture that was taken before they got together and wanted to yell at me because I was the one who introduced them. And this was a picture of me and him mooning like a highway street that we were next to because we were drunk and thought it was funny. She's like, you two are idiots. She's yelling at me. And I'm like, you're mad about this? And she's like, yes. I'm like, you're mad at me about this? Yes. She's like, you're mad at me because you saw a picture of a boyfriend I introduced you to of a mooning that happened before you met, and somehow it's my fault. She's like, yes. And I'm like, so I Back to the Future your ass. And if you keep talking shit, I'm going to bend over you and show you my Doc Brown eye. Anybody know what they're doing with their life? Nope, me neither. But I think it's fun to try different stuff. Anybody ever tried sushi? Yeah. How many? Come on. Woo! I bet you had one you had a bad experience with, didn't you? Oh, for me, mine was octopus. You can see those little suction cups? I'm not in on the little suction cups. I felt like I was eating like an alien's dick. No, not for me. Like, come on, like the Cthulhu are coming to attack us and they've already deep digged half of us and we don't even know it. Here's a fun one. List of fat things that I have done that I should be ashamed of, but I'm not. Number 1 on that list, I have torn all of the skin out of a bucket of KFC chicken and threw the chicken away and eaten the skin. I don't feel that. I have opened a pack of Oreos and eaten only the centers in them and thrown the chocolate pieces away. I'm not ashamed. I have ordered a large double dough, double cheese, double pepperoni, extra sauce pizza, torn the toppings off, and thrown the pizza away, and had a delicious, molten, lovely lava of cheesy goodness by itself. And I'm not ashamed. I have made Kool-Aid by pouring a sugar packet into my mouth and swishing around the water. Just like those kids made sundaes on Step by Step. Put it all in, swish it around, swallow. Come on, some of you know what I'm talking about. It's really interesting because you want to try to believe in stuff, and it's hard. And one of the things I loved about my transition, or my current transition, from like wrestling to this and going back and forth, is all the different people that you get to see. And it's crazy to me because like, nobody ever reacts how you think that they're going to. No two people are alike, no crowd is the same. I could come out here and talk about my dick, and you guys would think it's hilarious, but if you do it at like 3 towns over, they're going to be upset. And I think that's a fun little pinwheel that we all push ourselves into. But for me, I think that the fun part is that the world opens up to you in a different way when you're a fat guy. Like, people address you differently, people kind of are more honest. But the biggest thing is that you kind of get labeled by accident. Hey, big guy, how you doing? What's going on, big man? Hey, Pudge, how are you? If I did the same thing back to the world that they did to me, I think I would be in a lot of trouble. Because I'm like, what's up, hobo? How you doing, whore? No, it's okay. It's okay. The point is that it's not nice to label people, and I'm trying to teach you something. I have a friend that some of us have here. His name is Shorty Smalls. Shorty Smalls is infamous for sack tapping 90% of the world that comes around him. Now, I don't know, Jake, you knew him for a while. I don't know if this was something you experienced, but I think because you're on similar levels, you probably got past it. He's like 85 now, so if you have like a 20 or 30 year gap like most of us, he's trying to give you testicular torsion. He's passed out nut shots like he's a Pets dispenser and you need some sugar. But I think the worst one that ever happened to me. We were in a battle royal. I can see his grim, tiny, scrunched up, angry little face. I'm sitting in a corner and there's not enough time to move or go anywhere. And he stalks up to this corner and I think he's going to kick me in the face, the chest, like I know something bad's going to happen. I close my eyes, I turn my head, and the next sensation I have is one of my testicles entering my body and the other one underneath of his foot. Now the problem is, it's not just like pick and go. He kicked in, stepped down, pulled his foot back out. That's what I felt too. It was a little worse though, because I thought that was it. I thought I had just lost a nut. I thought I was down to one, and I sounded like it. Oh my God, he broke it! He broke my ball! Like, I had two, and one's gone now. He broke it! Like, are my kids gonna be retarded now? Like, what happens from here? Can they fix the other one? Like, oh my God. Is the defect in me now? I think he got his comeuppance on that, though. Because something else he did leaded him to think that he could continue a pattern like this. Another wrestler by the name of Brandon Scott had his birthday on one of the house shows that happened at the school that we started at. And Shorty Smalls thinks it's a good idea in the middle of this battle royal to pants him in front of everyone. So in the corner, I think he was like 18, it was like his brand new manhood thing, in front of a live crowd, he walks over to him and goes, "Yank, dick out, everybody." His already white face turns even whiter, and he runs out of the ring. Now, what this leads into is another individual named Anthony Adam, who's here right now. Shorty Smalls tried this tactic again. Difference is, Mr. Adam is a little bit better equipped. So what ultimately ended up happening in the middle of his sheets at the 10:30 at night rush on a Saturday after a wrestling road trip, Shorty Smalls walks up to him with a line of people here, thinking it's going to be great, thinking he's masterfully planned this. He yanks the gym shorts down, the elastic on the end of the gym shorts catches the head of his dick and causes like a gonzo flop that hits Shorty Smalls right in the face for the live audience. And when I tell you, the tears left my face in a stream of victory for all of us. The man who trained me's name was John Rambo. And if you've met John Rambo, he's a very particular character with a very set of particular character traits. But the one I'd like to talk about today is on the day of the late Randy Savage's death. It was a sad day, and we were all kind of surprised. Apparently Randy Savage had a heart attack while he was driving and made him run into a wall. And we were at a pizza shop, 2 or 3 of us that knew each other gathered, and John worked with us. And one of the funniest things, and yet somehow like sad on the inside things he ever did, he walks into the store and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys watching?" Randy Savage just died, John, like he got into a car accident, and they don't think that he made it. And without a beat, and without a second thought, he looks at the screen, looks me in the eye, and goes, "Snap into a coffin." Yeah, not as loud on that one, pulling back a little bit. It's dark, but it's still funny. And I feel bad because I laughed so hard that I sprained my knee when I hit the floor. I think maybe I need to bring this down a little bit. Maybe I need to start to talk about a cause that's near and dear to my heart. Something that some unwilling and unlucky individuals deal with in their lifetime, and it's sad. But I want to bring it down. I don't want to be peachy, but it's a cause that's near and dear to my heart. And it's adults who shit their pants in public. Don't laugh, it happened to me! It's not a joke. I mean, it is, but it's not. Now listen, I'm going to tell you the story for your own good, so you don't fall victim to the same things that I have. We'll begin this story at the end of a 4-hour road trip, where your GPS says 5 miles until your destination. And your colon says 3 miles until total destruction. You start sweating, you get that panic face, you start to get poo contractions. Ladies, I don't know if it's close, but I know I felt like it was. I felt like I was going to need a doctor or medical professional to help me complete this process. But instead, I'm looking for my first way out of this horrible situation. And through the trees, the first thing to pop its head up that would be of help to me is a Dollar General. Not a Walmart, not a Wawa, not a Sheetz, a Dollar General. The kind of place that has one bathroom, one, not a set of stalls, a single sad room. Now I pull into this place thinking I'm in the promised land. I'm free. I've done what I needed to do, a quick poo, and I'm off to my to-do. But the problem is if you haven't noticed by now, I'm pretty gigantic. And the act of me kicking my legs out of my car and scrunching to get out of it puts me on the Hershey Squirt Express. And I'm here to tell you, it's only an exit. This also is not at 12 o'clock at night in the afternoon. There are families rolling around. I got Hurricane Katrina going on in my ass, and I'm staring at a 5-year-old trying not to let him know what's going on. So what happens next? You can't walk like a normal person. You got the goddamn Hoover Dam in your underwear, and you're trying not to make it touch nothing, so what do? You gotta crab walk that shit on inside. But you gotta stop at the doorway and look at the floral shit they're trying to shell out before the season's over, because if you do this the entire way to the bathroom, you're not fucking fooling anyone. And of course, that day, I had a multicultural manifesto of a line of people that I have to walk to the front of to ask for the key. Yes, the key! Because 24 people over a lifetime have shit on this place and stolen it. So now, you have to go to the front to get it. Most embarrassing thing ever, walk in this store, trying to crab walk into the front of this line. Can I get the bathroom key, please? I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you. Can I get the bathroom key, please? Sir, I still can't. Can I get the key to the bathroom? Oh, I'm sorry. And what does this guy do? He hands you a hammer attached to a 2x4 with a brick at the end, with 16 My Little Pony keychains soldered onto the end of it, and one key. You gotta take this fucking spotlight with you all the way down that line of people, and there you've made it. You're in the inner sanctum. You're in the sinner's paradise. A lonely bathroom with one toilet and you and your bad decisions. Obviously, cleanup comes first. But before you can do that, you have to fucking MacGyver your way out of these dirty, shitty boxers so that you don't get what just left your ass on everything. You get out of it, you finish your business, but now comes the hard part. What do you do with them? You now have this crime scene in your hand. What do you do with it? Do you take it or do you leave it? Anybody? Take it or leave it? Leave it. You're goddamn right you leave it! But where do you put it? Trash can? Maybe. But not if it's one of those open tops. If you get yourself a flappy, fine. But if it's an open top, that guy will walk in there and know it was you. The Ronald McDonald ghost that crept out of your ass will haunt that place when you leave. So what did I do? And what do I recommend you do? I balled those shitty, dirty underwear up and a roll of towels, and I put them in the trash can under the bag, like a grenade that he can find later. Maybe you should have made the key process a little easier, you piece of shit. So I'm sorry, Daniel, but you're just going to have to pick up my Fruit of the Loops and go on about your day. This is so much fun. And I hope and I pray that when I left that place, I broke out of there like Andy Dufresne trying to escape from Shawshank Redemption, leaving the old shoes behind, but for me it was dirty, shitty underwear. And I moved on to find my red. Say what to nail. I'm Cory Bush, guys. Thank you so much.